The default Divi mobile menu is actually pretty limited and outdated. In this tutorial, we are going to change all that using one of my favorite plugins called Divi Toolbox. We are going from this, where we can't do much really, to this, where we can use over 20 different mobile menu animations. We have a bunch of hamburger icon styles and animations as well. We can of course use full width and full height mobile menus, and we can also add beautiful collapsing nested submenus. But there are more powerful features than that. You can add logos, search fields, social media icons inside of your mobile menu, but you can also add widgets, Divi library layouts, and even custom shortcodes into your mobile menu. And that gives you more or less unlimited possibilities. I'm going to walk you through all these awesome Divi mobile menu features in Divi Toolbox step by step. And stay tuned, because I have a unique discount code for my followers. You'll find all the resources and links needed in this blog post on divimundo.com, as well as in the video description on YouTube. So let's have a look at the pricing and licensing. So you have two choices here for Divi Toolbox, and both are lifetime, which I kind of prefer. So the regular license for one site is 49 euros. And the extended license for unlimited websites lifetime is 169 euros. But if you use my link divimundo.com/toolbox15 and enter the discount code divimundo15 in the checkout, you'll get 15% off. Okay, so enough about the licensing. Let's have a look under the hood how this plugin works. When you have installed the Divi Toolbox plugin, you will find a new menu link under Divi and Divi Toolbox. And this is where you make your global Divi Toolbox settings. And there's a lot of things that you can do here. And in this video, we will focus on the mobile menu. But I could just mention a few highlights here. You can activate Divi layouts shortcodes. You can insert Divi modules inside Divi modules, for example, a video module inside a tabs module. And this will also come in handy when we are creating our mobile menu. You can hide projects or rename the custom post type. That's here. You can allow SVG file uploads and TTF and OTF fonts in the global settings. You can enable pop-ups, so you have a nice pop-up builder. You can enable preloaders, custom social icon style, open social links in new tab, and add more social icons. And you also have some nice header settings here. And this is mainly for the desktop header, like hover effects and fixed header and stuff. But you also have the add a call to action menu button that we will look closer into, because you have use for that in your mobile menu as well. And then we have some footer settings, some blog settings, and some module options here. But we'll focus on the mobile tab. So the first option here is kind of nice. It's the mobile browser theme color. So if we enable this, we can change the theme color in your mobile web browser. So let's say that I choose this purple one, and we can save the setting. So now I can't really preview this on a desktop, so I will insert a screenshot from my iPhone. But as you can see, this purple branding color is now evident in my Safari browser. And this works fine also for Android phones, as far as I know. Okay, and the next setting is also really nice, and it's changing the mobile menu breakpoint, because we can have a look at my test menu that we are going to customize here. Okay, so this is more or less the default Divi menu. I haven't done too much with it. And if we preview it in a phone like this, in the Chrome Inspector, you can see here that if I click, you have the good old Divi mobile menu. And it looks kind of boring. You have this icon without any animation, and it's the same on open and closed. It's not full width. You don't have these nested links. So it's very long. and a lot of other nice stuff that we can fix with Divi Toolbox. But the thing that we are going to look at first is the mobile menu breakpoint, and that is when this hamburger menu, the mobile menu, kicks in. So by default, let's go to the responsive preview mode. It's at 980 pixels. So if the visitor has a small laptop, for example, this is how it's going to look at 981 pixels width. And if we go down to, let's take this one, there we have like 970, then we have the mobile menu. But I would like to activate the mobile menu before this line break happens. So let's find the exact pixel here in the Chrome Inspector. Here we go. Let's fine tune it. There we go. So at 1174 pixels width, then we have the row break or the line break. So I'll head over to my Divi Toolbox menu breakpoint, which is the default 980 pixels, and I'll add 1174 pixels and save settings. And now let's go down here. You can see that it's breaking. And now if I refresh this one, you can actually see that we have the mobile menu now. The next setting is enable custom mobile menu style, and this is a key setting for the Toolbox plugin. So let's enable that one. Okay, so now we can use a separate mobile menu with more styling options. That means that we can have a completely different menu for desktop and mobile with different link items and stuff, and also more design settings. But we'll wait a little bit with that, and I would like to show you the default Divi Toolbox mobile menu settings. And I could also mention that this works fine both with the Divi Theme Builder menu and the old Divi Theme Customizer default menu. But if you use the Theme Builder menu, you should add this CSS class to your menu module or fullwidth menu module as well. So I can just show you that quickly, how to do that. We go to Divi Theme Builder, and we can choose our global header, and let's edit this menu module and go to advanced CSS ID and classes, and we'll add DTB menu. As you can see, it's already added because I've been playing around with this before and testing it. So this means that all the Divi Toolbox settings that we are applying to the mobile menu will be applied also to the Theme Builder menu. So that's a nice feature. We will do the tweaks in the Toolbox Customizer, which is located under the Theme Customizer. So we will come to that soon. That's where you can tweak all the font sizes and colors and all the details, nitty-gritty stuff. But let's head on with the other options here in the Toolbox settings first. So we can change the logo on mobile. That's a nice one. If we enable that, we can choose a different image than we are using for the desktop menu. We could also, let me disable that for now, we can also enable a custom hamburger menu, and this is really nice. So open is a hamburger and closed is the X or the cross, but we can also use these smooth animations on click. So maybe we'll have this one. And then we have another killer feature, and that's the collapse nested submenu. All the submenus here is just visible from scratch, and I would like to collapse them so the user can expand them on click instead, so that the menu doesn't become this tall. And there's no way to do that in Divi except for plugins or custom code. So let's do it with Divi Toolbox. So I'll simply enable collapse nested submenu and I click save. And now we can preview it live by just refreshing. Now if I click, we can see that this is neat and short now because the submenus are nested. And now I can click here to expand it. And the submenu 3 actually have another submenu, so it's like a level 3. So if I click that one, you can collapse and expand that too. And the same thing for our services, have 3 submenus. So this makes it much more clean and easy to get an overview. And also you have this nice animation. When I click here, you can see the nice hamburger icon animation that we used before. Okay, we head back to the Divi Toolbox settings. I could just mention a few other nice settings that you can use here. You can change the mobile count, and this is not for the menu specifically, but this is for any row on your Divi website. So you can say that you want maybe 4 columns in tablet and 3 columns in phone, by just applying these CSS classes on the advanced tab. So this makes it really easy to do nice responsive design without any custom code. You can enable parallax background on mobile. You can reverse columns on mobile. So that's some nice extra settings. I would like to go to the header tab and add a call to action to my menu, a call to action button. And now you can apply it to the last menu item. And if I go back to the desktop view here, it would be order today. Or you could apply to the first menu item, that would be home. Wouldn't make sense really to have a button there, but that's possible. And you can use a custom CSS class, that's CTA-link, and go to your appearance, your menu settings, and add that class to that specific link to have a button anywhere in the menu, or even several buttons. But I want to add it to the last item, order today, make that a button. I click Save Settings. If I refresh this desktop menu, so there we have a button. Of course, we can change the shape and color and font and size and everything of this button. But the nice thing is that if we preview this in phone, you can see that we have a nice call to action area here. So this is a really nice way to highlight stuff in your mobile menu. And this will also be customized in the theme customizer settings. Let's go there. And I think we have a shortcut somewhere here. Yeah, the customizer. We'll click there. So now I will land in the Divi Toolbox customizer. But if I click back, you can see that there's a new tab added to the default Divi theme customizer view. So this is on top, the Divi Toolbox. You will always find it on top if you have installed Divi Toolbox. So I click to get back, and there we have some global settings, the header, footer, and mobile, which is what we are going to focus on right now. So let's click mobile, and we can open here to see how it looks. So it's better than the default mobile menu, but there's a lot of more things that we can do here. So we can check out the menu bar. And if you use the old default menu with the secondary navigation, you can hide the top bar. I don't have a top bar here, so that's not an option. And you can enable a fixed mobile bar if you are using the old default mobile menu or the theme builder menu for that sake. So now it's fixed, and then we can deactivate this, and we can change the menu bar height and the logo height also if you would like to. And here we have settings for the box shadow. So maybe it's hard to see here on the dark background, but that's the blurry line under the menu here. So I remove that one, but I can put it back. And we can change the menu bar background color, this one, if you would like to. Maybe we can just make it slightly gray. It looks like that. And then we have the white menu. Maybe not super pretty, so I'll go back to white. Then we have the menu bar search icon, and we don't use that in this one, but you can tweak it with lots of settings here if you would like the search icon. And we have the hamburger icon. So we have this nice animation that we set in the toolbox settings, but we can also change the color. So when it's closed like this, we could maybe set it to be blue. And we can have another color when it's hovered. We can keep that, and we can have, now you can see it's blue, and we can change the color when it's opened to maybe purple, just to try it out. So here we have it, hover, and then it's purple, and we have the hover color. So this can also be tweaked. So you have lots of nitty-gritty settings here. We can change the hamburger layer width, so let's increase that to 30, so it's wider, and you can change the height, so it's thicker, and you can change the spacing like that, and the border radius if you want to make it rounder. So there's a lot of things you can do here, and you need to tweak maybe some margins and stuff to make it look good, but yeah, you get the point. So let's look at the mobile menu settings, and it says make mobile menu full width, looks a bit strange here in the theme customizer. So sometimes you have to preview it in front end to see how it actually looks. So let's switch here and refresh this window. And if we click, yeah, we can see that this is actually full width. And you can also see that there's a nice navigation from the left, or from the right to left, sorry. And if I go back to the theme customizer, I can choose slide down instead. And there we have the full width slide down menu with a nice smooth animation. We can also dim the background when open. So let's have a look at what that means. Because now it's not full height. So if we refresh and click here, you can see that the background is nicely dimmed. So that's a nice detail, I think. And we can change the shadow and stuff, and also change the mobile menu background color, meaning this color here. Then we have the mobile menu links. Let's open this one. So we can change the link font and the font weight, font size. Maybe we can make it a bit bigger. And we can change the text transform to uppercase if we would like to do that. And we have the links top padding, right padding, bottom padding, left padding. So we can change the spacing between the links here. We can also change the links color here. Let's see, maybe. Yeah, looks good. We also have the submenus. And also we have the bottom border for links. And also you can have different background hover for the links. And you can also change the link color on hover. Then we have the call to action menu item style, and that's this one, the button. So we can change that. We can change the font weight, the size of the font. We can change the background color. Let's make it purple. There we go. And we can change the hover background color. Okay, let's have a look at the nested submenus, because we could of course also style these small buttons for extending and collapsing link sublinks. We can change the closed icon color. That's the inside of this little arrow. So let's make it purple just to try it out. There we go. And then we have the open icon color, this one. And we can change that to maybe blue just to try it out. And then we have this round background, and maybe you want to remove that or change the color. And you have the closed icon background color. So we can change that from this one to maybe fully transparent. That looks nice with this purple one. I think I like that one better. And then we can do the same thing for the open icon background color. Drag that down to fully transparent, and we have a nice look there. So this is the basic Divi Toolbox mobile menu settings, but there are some really nice advanced ones as well, and we can have a look at them. So let's save the theme customizer settings for the Divi Toolbox, and we can head back to the Divi Toolbox settings under Divi and Divi Toolbox, and we'll go to mobile. We can use a separate mobile menu with more styling options, so let's enable that. So we can start by choosing which menu we would like to use. So if we have a default main menu, we can use another menu for Divi Toolbox. So that's really nice. You can offer different content for different devices. And then we can add additional mobile menu elements. And this is super powerful. You can add the website logo. You can add a search bar inside the menu. You can add social icons and widget areas. And activating widget areas means that you can insert basically anything in your mobile menu. And we can also use a custom menu trigger, and we'll get to that soon, because that will enable lots of more animations to open the menu and other cool stuff. But let's settle for this to start with. We'll save here, and we'll go back to the preview, and we will refresh. So now you can see that we have the site logo automatically inserted in top inside the mobile menu. We have a search bar, and of course this can be styled as well. And we also have some social media links in the bottom, and these are actually fetched from the Divi theme options, and I'll show you how to change these. So we head back to the theme settings, and we'll go to theme options. And in the theme options, you'll find a few social media links here, and I've enabled to show them all, like the RSS icon, Instagram icon, Twitter icon, Facebook icon, and then you can add the links here. But what about if you want to add more icons like LinkedIn and basic stuff? Well, it's a feature for that too in Divi Toolbox. So then we go back to the Divi Toolbox settings, and we can enable add more social icons. And now we can add YouTube, Pinterest, Flickr, Vimeo, LinkedIn, Tumblr, Dribbble, and Skype. And I guess that they will add more options for this in future updates for Divi Toolbox. So let's add my YouTube channel, and we can just add fake links here in LinkedIn and maybe Pinterest, like that, just to see how it looks. So save the settings, and we'll go back here and we'll refresh the menu. And now we can see lots of different menu items here, or social icons here. And of course, we can tweak the look of these by going to the theme customizer. And let's refresh this. So if you enable new settings in the Divi Toolbox settings, you will see new options also here in the Divi Toolbox customizer. So I'll go to mobile, and now you see a whole lot of extra options here. So we have, for example, mobile menu search bar. That's this one. So we can actually have that after the mobile navigation. Yep, so now it's in bottom. And you could, of course, change the width, and you can change the position. Of course, I would like to have it center aligned. And let's make that 200, just so we can see that it's actually center aligned. There we have it. And you can change the margin, the spacing, and even the color of the input field, and the vertical padding and the horizontal padding, font size, font weight, borders, everything you can think of. So it's easy to get caught in all the details here, but you get the point. So everything more or less can be tweaked. And then we have the logo here. Let's see, we have the mobile menu logo. That's a new one too. Since we activated that, we can choose which size it should have, and we can also align it. So maybe I want to have it center aligned, and maybe I want a little bit of extra top margin here, so I can add like 50. Yep, more spacing. So what else? Yeah, we have the social media icons. We have mobile menu social icons. We can center align them, and that's already done. We can add more spacing. Let's add this just to check it out. Yeah, more spacing in between. We can change the background color. So that is the icon color, sorry, not the background color. So if you would like to change the background color, it's below, and we can just, okay, this is probably not going to be beautiful, but this is not the design course. This is just to show you how Divi Toolbox works. So there we go. Okay, it's very transparent, so we can just tune that one up just to see how it works. Yeah, there we go. Really ugly, but you get the point. And you also have the border width, border radius. Maybe we'll just tweak that to 100, and then I think they should be round. That's a nice look. Yep, there we got the round social media icons. Yeah, and you have the icon height and width. So maybe if I tune that up to 70 and maybe 70 here. Yeah, they are huge, but hey, you get the point. Okay, so let's put the mobile search bar in top again. I think that looks better. And carry on with our settings. I click publish just to save. So now we have one more really powerful and I would say advanced feature, and that's the widget feature. So that means that you can put in anything here via widgets. So you can insert a Divi library layout, for example, with any Divi module you like, or modules. You can insert Gutenberg block design, any block you like, or you can insert different types of widgets from WooCommerce or from different plugins. So this is one of my favorite features. So let's try that one out by going back to the Divi Toolbox settings and under global. Let's see. No, it's the admin tab, I think. There's so many options, it's easy to get lost. So yeah, there we have it, admin, and we have the Divi layouts shortcode. So let's enable that. So this is useful not only for the menu or the mobile menu, but for your entire website. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, this means that you can take a shortcode like this, like a video module or a blog module or anything, or a complete layout from the Divi library, and you can insert it to another module, like a tabs or accordion module or anything. So that means that you can put modules inside modules. But you can also put modules inside of your mobile menu, and that's a really powerful feature. So if we go to the Divi library, I have only one item here, and I call it Toolbox menu. And if I go inside, you can see that this is pretty simple. It's a text module and it's a social icons module. You can add more stuff in here, of course, but this is just for testing. So if we go back to the Divi library, let's save and exit. You can see to the right of this library item that we have a shortcode, show layout ID 142. And this, every item in your Divi library will have a unique shortcode. So I'll just copy this one and I'll head over to the theme customizer. And let's go back and head over to widgets. And now we have two new widget areas, before mobile menu and after mobile menu. Let's preview it in mobile. So if we check out the before mobile menu, we get the Gutenberg block builder for widgets by default, and I say got it. And now we can just add a block. And we can add something called a shortcode block. That's something that is standard in Gutenberg nowadays. And now we can just add a shortcode. And let's see if we could preview it here. Doesn't look too good when we look through the Divi Theme Customizer. So we'll just publish it. And let's have a look in front end. And here we have it. We have the text module and the social follow module. So we placed modules inside the Divi mobile menu. And now we can also place something in the bottom. And we could use another Divi library item with the shortcode, but I would like to try another feature. And let's go back to the theme customizer and the widgets and after mobile menu. And we can add text block. So now we're working with actually Gutenberg and Divi together, and they are working nice together, I think. Browse all. So sorry, I'm not really too Gutenberg savvy because I've used Divi the last years. Paragraph, and let's type something here. Hi, this is a Gutenberg paragraph block. And then maybe we can add, no, let's just save that and have a look in front end. And there we have it. Hi, this is a Gutenberg block beneath the mobile menu items, but above the social media icons. And we can see that there's not a lot of spacing here. So we can go back to the widget. And we can add a new block, and I think there should be a spacer. Yep, there we have it. So add that. Let's put that above the paragraph block and make it a bit smaller so this will be transparent. And publish. And now we have some space, so we can put that below also. So now we have the full power of Gutenberg and all the plugins and widgets for Gutenberg that you can integrate in your Divi mobile menu. So this means unlimited possibilities, I would say. So you have the full Divi library and all the 46 modules that you can use by using shortcodes. And you can use any Gutenberg block or widget as well. Well played, Divi Toolbox. This is one of my favorite features. The last mobile menu feature that we're going to look at is the custom menu trigger in Divi Toolbox. So we can check this option if you like to replace the default hamburger icon with a fixed button. And this adds some extra flexibility when we are going to style our mobile menu. So I'll set it to on and I'll save it. And now if I refresh, it kind of looks the same, but if I scroll, you can see that we have a sticky hamburger menu box. And now it's pushed down a little bit by this WordPress admin dashboard top bar. So that's why it looks a little bit strange. But if you are logged out, it will look much better. So let's style this, and you guessed right, you will do it in the Divi Toolbox Theme Customizer. So let's refresh it to see the new options. We are in the Divi Toolbox Mobile tab in the Customizer, and now we have a tab called Mobile Menu Trigger. So let's open that one. And we can choose to have the trigger position on top or at bottom. Now it will be sticky in the bottom if you like to use that styling. Maybe not my preferred design, but it's an option. And you can decide if you want to have it center aligned or left aligned. And since it's fixed, it can overlap other objects, so be careful about that. You can also change the margins. Maybe I'll just try to add 30 pixels top. And that means that it will be pushed down 30 pixels. And you can change the right, bottom and left margin as well. But I'll undo that. We can change the trigger width. So maybe if I just increase that to 100. There we go. We have a bigger box. And you can change the background color. Maybe we'll just try this yellow one for fun. And we'll make 100 there too, just to check it out. I can't see the yellow color actually. Okay, maybe we need to save this and preview in front end. Yeah, so here we can see the yellow box. Let's reset that to default. And we can also add text. And this is a really nice setting. I'll go back here to maybe 50, 50. Back to normal, and we can add a menu trigger text menu by default. So you can see here that we actually have a menu text to the right, and this means that if we scroll here, it will look like that. We can set it to the left side, which I think is default. I've played around a bit with this before. There we have it. Looks like that. And then maybe you want to adjust the box here, the background. So maybe you want to make it, you can make it invisible, or you can make it a bit wider. So we can make it like 100 pixels wide, just to preview it. So there we have it. That's also an option. And we can change it and have it to the right side, above or below the icon with this text. And we can change the font size, the letter spacing, the text color, the hover color, etc, etc. And this is also nice. Let me actually remove this text and let me make it 50 times 50 again, using the default look, because I really like this design to make this little box round. I think you have seen this on some websites. So we have the trigger border radius, and it's 3 by default, this little rounding. But if I make it 50, we have this nice little round hamburger menu that is fixed. And I think this is an awesome design. And we can do some other stuff here as well. But there's one last thing, and that is this animation on open and close. And we can actually change that, because since we enable this custom trigger, we have lots of new mobile menu animations available. And that's this tab, mobile menu animation. We can enable page animation. So that means that the whole page will animate like this. Zoom, you will slide like that. I can slide from top to bottom. And now it's pretty hard to see that this actually is a Divi menu. It's not at all the classic Divi mobile menu that you see on 99% of all Divi websites. I can disable the page animation and focus on the actual menu animation. And by default, it's fade in and fade out. You can see that here are loads of different animations. In right, and I can choose maybe tilt out right. Now if we preview it, you have a really nice smooth animation in and out. And we can use another one like bounce in right and bounce out right. Let's just try that one. Boom and boom. And yeah, you can play around. There are lots of combinations you can do here. That was all, or at least almost all, the nice features for the mobile menu in Divi Toolbox. The plugin is updated on a regular basis, so you will find new features coming every now and then. Don't forget to use the link divimundo.com/toolbox15 and use the discount coupon to get 15% off. Also, if you have watched this far, I recommend that you go to divilover.com and sign up for the newsletter and follow the YouTube channel. Anya and her colleagues are putting up lots of good content there that I think every Divi user should follow. Don't forget to subscribe to the Divimundo YouTube channel. Until next time, take care.